I had a subscriber request that I go through the climate control system on a new Highlander. So I'm going to do this in a Highlander, but understand that most of our products now have climate control as opposed to just heating and air conditioning, and I'll show you what that means in a second. So what I'm going to show you here is going to apply to really all of the Toyota products. I'm going to start off going over the front seat controls, and then I'll go over the rear seat controls. So if you have a Toyota that doesn't have the back seat controls, you can cut it off at some point here. So let me start off. This is the panel on a Highlander. Notice it says 73 and the little green light is lit that says auto. That's what a climate control system is going to do. You're going to set this just like you would your home thermostat. And it is going to pick the fan speed, it's going to pick the vents, it's going to pick whether or not the air conditioner is on. And by the way, the air conditioner will almost always be on, even if that little green light is not lit. That's because all an air conditioner does is it dries the air. It actually works pretty well in the winter time. But if you decide you want to pick your own fan speed, you notice that the little green light just came off. It kicked itself out of the auto mode. You can select your vents. And again, it's out of auto. If you hit the auto button again, now it's going to pick everything for you. Some of our products, it shows you what the fan speed is and what vents are being used. The Highlander actually does not. What is this little thing? So this little icon here, if that green light is lit, that's the smart flow. And that means that it's not going to be directing air to seats that don't have people in it, particularly the back seats. So if you turn that off, some of our cars it's just that's either lit or not lit. This one, the Highlander, it's either this one is lit or this one is lit. That means that the rear now has airflow going to it actively. So we'll talk about the rear in just a little bit, but up front here still, we're going to be looking at your front defrost. If you hit this, again, it comes out of the auto mode. That's your front defrost, and you can select your fan speed there. And if you want to turn the whole system off, hit the off button. I'm going to go back to the auto mode because honestly, this works pretty well, both summer and winter. You will also notice that in the winter time, it's going to have low fan speed until it senses that there's warm air coming through the vents, then it'll blast you. Same in the summer. But yeah, just like your home thermostat, you just tell it what temperature you want. All right, let's talk about the rear. So just because it is on in the rear doesn't mean that the rear seats have control of it. The rear seat people can control it, and I'm going to reach back here and hit this little button. But if you hit the sync button, that's going to sync up both the passenger side over here and the rear. So hitting sync syncs up both. Now if you don't have the rear on, it just syncs up the passenger. See how that happened? So let's show you that again. So now it's synced up everything. But as soon as one of the passengers turns their dial, now it's showing that now the passenger's not synced, now the rear's not synced. Hit sync, and now everything's back toggled to the driver. All right, rear climate. If you want to, from the front seat, control what's going on in the back, you hit rear climate, and now you can select their fan, you can select their vent, or you can sync it and put it all into auto. So, and eventually, whenever this little bracket is up, it means that it's now you're controlling the back seat. Once that goes away, now it's back to regular full control. So I hope this answers what people are looking for. It's not the most intuitive thing in the world, honestly, having a little hard button for front defrost, but using this button to toggle through your vent selectors, that could be done a little better, quite honestly. But most of the time, if you leave it in the auto mode, things work best. Believe it or not, that little auto button works better than most people give it credit for, both summer and winter. So hope this answers some questions, and if you have any more suggestions, let me know. I'm Steve Clifford. Thanks for watching. Oh, and don't forget to visit my sponsor. I work for Sheehy Toyota of Fredericksburg and Stafford, and I'm also associated with Sheehy Toyota of Laurel, Maryland. Visit them at sheehy.com. Thanks for watching.